on my channel. In this video I'm going to be taking you through how you can quickly and easily complete the spring season of Series 38 to get all the prizes that you're looking for and to get most of the season completed as you want to. So as usual, I'll take you through the stunts, the championships, the Forzathon Photo Challenge, Rivals and Ranked Adventure, and anything else in the season that you might need help on. And if you do need any extra help, you can check the description for any other info, or you can let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to give you a bit more detail if needed. So before we start, like I did yesterday, I'll give a quick shout out to Stephen, who once again you may have seen on the channel. His gamer tag is SStefan, so if you've seen that gamer tag around, which is highly likely, that is Stephen. A very good friend of mine now actually. I've known him online for many months. And as a winner of the competition that I did just the week just before last, his prize was a shout out in each of my videos that I have the voice on, like these weekly videos. A shout out to his channel and the work he does on Forza as well. He's a very good painter, he's very good at Rivals and PR Stunts, and his channel is based on PR Stunts and Rivals mostly. So I'll leave a link in the description for you to go and check his channel out, and I'll probably put his symbol on the end screen as well. So go and check him out, and he would hugely appreciate if you can go and check him out. And I've told him to look out for new people in the comments, so if you go and check him out, he'd really appreciate that. So that is all I need to do to start the video. So let's get into the seasonal prizes then. So if you haven't already, you'll have 50% of the overall series for the Backstage Pass, which I got in autumn or winter, and then 80%, which you probably would have got in winter last week when I wasn't here, but because I've missed quite a lot of the dailies, the weeks I haven't been here, I'm only on 77%. As you can see here, 97%, here 94%. I basically missed the whole of that week, so that's why I haven't got it yet. But if you've completed the rest of the seasons, even when I wasn't here, you'll probably have the Bone Shaker by now, the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker. But if not, complete the rest of this season, hopefully you'll be able to get yourself the Bone Shaker, as long as you've completed as much as the other seasons as possible. A very cool car. Of course, it is banned in Online Adventure for being too OP, but that doesn't mean you can't use it in Rivals and in free roam races, etc. Online Adventure. Sorry, it's banned in Online Adventure. I don't know why I said that. So for the spring season then, which is the season we're in now, you'll be starting from 21% if you've already completed Rivals and Ranked Adventure, which we'll go through in a second. Otherwise, you'll be starting from 0%. So 50%, you'll get yourself a Buick GSX. No, I don't know about that car. It's not too rare. I don't think it's in the auto show. If you like muscle cars, it'll probably be quite handy for B-Class, so I highly recommend that you do get it. 80% then is the BMW M5 Forza Edition from 1988. Also a very nice car, again, very not rare, but it'll be a nice car to add to your collection if you haven't got it. Otherwise, if you don't want it, then don't bother getting 80%, but you might just want to do it anyway, because the other rewards this season might kind of convince you to do them. So the other rewards then, for the trial we get the Polo Intensa Emotion, which I do believe is in the Backstage, but if you don't have any Backstage passes or you want an extra one, you can get it from the trial. You've got the Gymkhana 10 Focus. I was just looking at that, I can't speak. Yeah, I was just looking at that in the auction yesterday actually, and they're about 8 or 9 million, and I was considering buying it, and I thought, no, I just can't be bothered. And then it's turned up because I haven't got this car, I've only got the Gymkhana 9, so I'm quite happy that's there. And of course you don't have to win the game, so you're guaranteed to get it anyway, just for playing. For the stunts you get your usual super wheel spin, and you've got the Ferrari F12 Tour de France from the Grand Tourers Championship. Very nice car, is in the auto show, but definitely a very nice S2 car. You've got the Ferrari 599 GTO from Seeing Red, also a very nice car that is in the auto show, but I do quite like it for S1 racing, so if you haven't got it yet, you may as well complete this championship. And then from Super Saloon Slalom, you'll get yourself a Lexus RCF, which is also very handy for racing, drifting, quite rare as well. They were quite expensive in the auction up until this week, when the price will drop again, so yeah, I highly recommend that you do get that as well. So quite good prizes in the championships and stuff this week, so hopefully that makes up for the pretty useless prizes in the percentage side of things. So, let's get on to Rivals and Ranked Adventure then. Like I mentioned before, if you've already completed these, you'll be starting from 21% this season. Whether you completed them in summer and you get it completed for all the other seasons, or you complete it later on in the season, like in winter or spring, and it'll just add it any percentage on that you've missed. So if you are completing them now by what I'm about to tell you, then if you have missed 80% on any of the seasons and you manage to get close enough, then this 21% might be able to get you the 80% prizes. So don't kind of rule it out, because you might still be able to get them prizes. So for Rivals then, all you need to do is hop into the Rivals, and it'll put you in the Rimac Concept 2, which you can see on the thumbnail now. Obviously it's in gold here because I already completed it, but it'll be in grey like this blue RCF if you haven't completed it yet. So you just need to go around Asbury Heritage Circuit without flagging your run. So if it's got an exclamation mark next to it, you need to go around again until you get one that hasn't got an exclamation mark next to it. You don't have to beat your rival, so don't be like going sweaty mode, unless you are wanting to go sweaty mode. You just need to get a clean lap. So that is no hitting walls that flag your lap, no missing checkpoints and getting reset, and also, what's the other thing? Here we go, I'm forgetting now after a week off. And no rewinding, that's it. So you can't rewind. So if you mess up, just try and correct it. But if you do end up hitting a wall, then you just have to go around again anyway. So once you've done that, that'll get you 6%. And then for Online Adventure, if you haven't qualified for Ranked Adventure yet and it won't let you play it, you need to go in Quick Play Adventure, which is just above it in the Online Adventure tab, and play probably Team Racing is the fastest, or Free For All Racing, either of the two, they're more or less the same, because games takes a bit longer with it being like 5 rounds. So yeah, just play them until you reach tier 3, then it'll lock Ranked Adventure, and then just play one Ranked Adventure, again Racing, because that's fastest, and that'll complete it in the festival playlist. If you have already unlocked Ranked Adventure, you just need to do one adventure. If you haven't already done it yet, because we are in the last season of this series, and like I mentioned last night, my Forzathon video will probably get the update 39 live stream, or Forza Monthly as they sometimes call it, probably end of this week, beginning of next week. No new cars, of course, it's another mixtape, but anyway, who cares. So for the photo challenge then, hashtag Mudkickin. Take a photo of your car at the Mudkickers Adventure Park, and this is for 3% and a super wheel spin. So basically, get in any car, just get in the car you're in at the moment, head over to Mudkickers, where there is a sign here. It's also the location of this week's game, so you can use that as a reference. Just go anywhere in there, get a picture of a bit of the mud. If you want to jump off one of the jumps, go on one of the ramps, drift in the mud, whatever you want to do, get a picture, then that'll get it completed. Now then for the Forzathon. So the Forzathon, I uploaded a video last night, as I usually do on a Wednesday, so it's mini adventure and you need to drive any mini if you didn't figure that out. As Dobra mentioned in the comments of last night's video, I have absolutely no idea how they come up with these names. It's absolutely brilliant. And I said to him, well, that's what I was thinking, to be honest. So yeah, if you want to find out more about that, I'll leave a link in the end screen, or you can find it on my channel in the playlist section, and it's the seasonal Forzathons playlist. So that'll be the one on the top, mini adventure, to get that completed. And then for any daily challenges, they are usually pretty simple, but if you want to know how to do them, if you are getting a bit confused, let me know in the comments, or search up the name of the Forzathon, and I can guarantee you someone like Steve the Pirate will probably have done a video on them like 2 years ago when they first came out. So either way, you should be able to get them completed. And do remember that they come out one day at a time, every 24 hours, 3:30pm GMT, and they last for 72 hours, so basically 3 days. So that is that. For the Forzathon Shop, it's pretty useless again this week, although they are pretty cheap. So you've got the Maserati thing, however you abbreviate that, for 150 Forzathon points. You've got a pink hat for how many points you want to waste on that. You've got blue biker trousers for how many points you want to waste on that. And then you've got the Aston Martin 177 for another 150 Forzathon points, which is in the auto show and the auction. So I'd highly recommend that you save your Forzathon points until something decent next series. And now super wheel spins are apparently 300 Forzathon points, and a normal wheel spin is 100. So yeah, bit of a rip-off this week, but yeah, feel free. Anyway, let's move on then to the backstage before I move on to the stunts. So last week, obviously I wasn't here, so if you didn't look, you wouldn't have known that the IDR won. I think it was like 85% or something to the Corsa VXR. So this week we have the Fiat Dino and the Koenigsegg CCX. Well, the CCX is probably the more useful car and the better car, but seems like it's dead cheap, and the Dino's more expensive and probably nicer. I'm going to go with the Dino. And currently it's around 50-50. I mean, it's 48 to 52, so currently the Dino is losing, but there's still well over 6 days for that to change. So we'll see. We shall see indeed. And then finally then for the Super 7, if anybody is still interested, which is unlikely to be honest with you, you have the 2003 Renault Clio V6. Quite a nice car actually, so if you've got a spare 15 minutes then you may as well do it. But I haven't bothered for months now, to be honest with you, and I still haven't done a video on the high stakes. To be honest with you, I'm probably going to do that in a stream. So whenever I've got time to do a spare stream, or I want an idea for a stream, that'll probably be the next one you see, unless it's a festival playlist stream. So do look out for that in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully try and get a couple more things done before Horizon 5, because that'll basically be it then. All the things, new things that we've got to do in Horizon 5, I'll probably never visit Horizon 4 for at least a year. But yeah, we'll see. I'll still keep my collection, of course. So let's move on to the stunts then. So this week, in my opinion, they are really easy once again. So as always, the cars I'm going to be using, tune codes for them are in the description. You can find them by my gamertag as well. So I'm going to be using the Jeep Trailcat for one of them and the Morsler for the other two. So they're my usual kind of cars, always guaranteed to get you it for the correct kind of thing that they do. So danger sign then is Whitewater Falls, and you jump over the falls, which are Whitewater Falls, if you didn't figure that one out. So you need 168 metres, which is roughly 15 metres more than 3-star objective, so pretty simple. I'm just going to set a waypoint in case for some reason I get confused. So I'm in the Trailcat now with my S1 tune. Once again, the code is in the description. I use this tune nearly every week where there's an off-road kind of stunt, so you've probably seen it multiple times by now. So basically we're just going to be flooring it. They should easily get it done. Obviously it is only S1, quite a heavy car. Well, yeah, call it a car. But we shouldn't have any problems as long as we don't land in a tree. Or roll. Although somehow
arrived at your destination.
It's failed. I thought it had managed to count it then, but then it failed, so, interesting. So yeah, that's what you don't do, for the reference. You do have to kind of maybe not flip your car. I know it's a bit unpredictable. Come on, suspension. The suspension is failing me. I know I've had a week off, but I'm not that bad. Right, there we go. Hey, we done it. 175 metres. So we didn't clear it by much, but well more than enough than we needed to. So pretty good there. Right, now we're gonna hop over to the speed trap, which is actually just up the road a couple of 100 metres. So it's Lakehurst speed trap. 195 mile an hour required, so that's 5 mile an hour more than the usual 3-star objective. I'm just going to fast travel to this junction. That should hopefully give us enough run up to get enough speed. And obviously I'm not going to be doing it to Trailcat, because even though it probably could do that, you'd have to be going downhill the whole time on a very steep hill, and you'd need about 3 miles to get there. So I'm going to be using the Morsler with my V8. Very good car and tune, I believe. When you're ready, there we go. Right, so let's go down to Morsler. One more. So that's the V12 tune. V8 tune is mine. V12 tune is somebody else's. And then, oh, that was actually pretty quick. I thought we were going to have to say, oh, here we are with the Forza loading times. Right, so same engine, basically just going to floor it. Should have absolutely no problem at all, because the acceleration on this thing is beast-like. We're already at the speed. So all we need to do is carry it around the corner, and there you go, 244 miles an hour, so we absolutely thrashed that one, and also knocked an AI off the road into a tree. Hey!
Arrived at your destination.
Right, finally then we'll go to the speed zone, which I'm also going to be using the Mosler for. So for the speed trap and the danger sign, you could use the Hunigars 200, you can either use the Mosler for the danger sign, speed trap, you could use like a Koenigsegg, a Bugatti, anything that does 200 mile an hour. And then for the speed zone, which is Sudmoss, where you need 115 mile an hour, 5 mile an hour more than usual 3-star objective, I'm going to be using the Mosler, and you can go from either side really, but I prefer this side in my opinion. Other cars you could use for this, CCGT, Ferrari Evo, I don't know what else, anything you want really, because you don't need to go that fast. And it's quite easy as long as you don't go off the road because you're going too fast and you don't know what the brakes are. So yeah, it is pretty simple. So if you've got a brake on time, I mean handling on this is quite good, but if the handling on your car isn't quite as good, then you need to brake earlier. And there you go, 174.91 miles an hour, so we absolutely thrashed that one as well. So that just proves that these PR Stunts are quite easy, unless that's just me, I don't know, but they should hopefully be quite easy for you. Right, so we'll just get our 50% or whatever it is. Oh, it's 80%. Oh yeah, I've got the bone shaker. You'll probably have it by now, but hey ho. So we'll move on to the championships now then. So as usual, I've selected my top 3 cars that I think will do the best with my tunes on them, except for one, which is in the games. And I've popped the codes for them in the description. Any others I'll show on screen now, well, in a minute. And then you can use my gamertag Shylo2017 to find them. I've already showed you the prizes, so we'll kick off with the trial then. Hey. Right, so the trial is street scene. It's called Hyperspeed, and you need an S2 hypercar. Now all I can say is use all-wheel drive because it's going to be wet. You're going to need to go in pretty fast. You get unbeatable Drivatars with a team, and if they're randoms that are probably going to ram you, you've got the AI in Street Scene, which I find very annoying, and you've also got the weird checkpoints. So yes, I would definitely recommend that you use one of my tunes for this one, unless you've already got a really good tune on your car, because you're going to need it. So S2 hypercars, it's going to be interesting to be fair. So let's go down to hypercars then. So please don't take a Bugatti. Please don't be one of the people that thinks because a Bugatti is a Bugatti, it should be alright, because they do not turn. Here's the car that you win. So if you've got an S2 tune for it, then feel free to use it. You've got my Ital Design Zeruno, which I still haven't released a video on for the A to Z series. I mean, it's in the making. I've recorded half of it, but then I've had my weeks off, and then the week in between where I didn't do it. So yeah, that one's actually pretty good, the update tune. Not very fast on top speed, but hopefully that should be a problem. You got the winter tuned Koenigsegg Agera, very very fast actually, and it's actually really grippy with the dirt/snow tyres. Here's the car that's in the Forzathon Shop. As you can see, it is rather rubbish. You've got, what else have we got? We've got the Veneno, Lamborghini Veneno, which is really really grippy. I actually quite like that car. Obviously it is quite expensive, but we've had it as rewards and in the Forzathon Shop recently, so hopefully you should have it. And the Lego Senna, if you have the DLC, then feel free to use that one. Normal Senna I haven't got an S2 tune for. If you want to be ambitious, like I usually am, then you can use my 0.7 second 0 to 60 drag McLaren Speedtail, which kind of turns, and sometimes it decides it doesn't want to turn, because it has got drag tyres on it, so you know. But if you want to gamble, then feel free. You've got the Noble M600 here. I really really like that car, it never fails to impress me. You've got the Porsche 918, which is an absolute beast, hybrid from 2014, ridiculous. And then you've also got the Zenvo TSRS, which is also really good. Whichever you want to pick really. I'd say the Porsche 918, the Noble and the Veneno are probably going to do you best there. Right, let's move on to the games then. So remember, for the games you don't have to win, so don't be quitting for any reason. I remember not last week, but the week before, Cloudme commented on my thing of saying don't be quitting unless somebody is burgling your house. So I'll say that again just to give him another laugh. So yeah, no need to quit, just do it, get through it, even if you don't like it, just have some fun. But just, it's games, it's meant to be fun. So you need an S1 rally monster, and because it's at Mudkickers, you're going to need some decent suspension, otherwise you are going to be tipping over every 2 seconds. And you'll also want some decent power, and please, please, please don't be one of the people that picks a stock rear-wheel drive car, if there are any rear-wheel drive cars in Rally Monsters, which I should hope there aren't. Anyway, so there's Audi Sport Quattro, which kind of lacks in first gear, but once it gets going it's quite good. You've got the Capri FE, that'll be quite good. You've got the Fiesta RS, very, very good actually, because it's grippy. This is the only one in the video really, it's not my tune, the Hoonigan RS 200, which is kind of OP to be honest. What else have we got? The Hoonigan Focus, which is just rubbish. You've got the Hoonigan Escort Cosworth, I really, really like that car. You've got the MG Metro. Opel Manta is probably going to be my pick because of the suspension and the power. You've got the Peugeot 207. I've got an S1 tune for this Subaru as well. Really, whichever you want to pick, because you don't need a particularly OP car, but if you want to have some fun, I'll probably suggest the RS 200 or the Manta, in my opinion. Right, the championships then. So remember, you need at least highly skilled Drivatars or above. I usually drive an unbeatable, but if you are struggling a bit and want to make sure that you do win, so you don't have to click restart every 5 seconds, then put it on highly skilled and no lower, because you won't get the top prizes. So we'll start with this one then. So road racing, Grand Tours, A-Class GT cars. And if you didn't realise, that's what GT stands for. So we'll go all the way down to GT cars. So it's not Super GT, don't get confused. So you've got the Alfa Romeo 8C, quite a lot of people pick that one. Not the best, but it is really, really good. You've got the M6, which I trialled yesterday or this morning in Ranked Adventure, and it, even though with Max Aero decides it doesn't want to turn. You've got the Jaguar XKRS, really, really good. Seen one of them in real life last week. And then you've got the Maserati GTS. That'll probably be my pick, I would guess, because it's a really, really cool car. But whichever you want for that, in my opinion. Right, right, this one. So another road racing, Seeing Red. I need an A-Class Ferrari 575 Maranello. So literally the only car you can take, and it has to be A-Class. So if you want to take it stock and be brave, and probably be an umpty, then feel free. Or you can download my tune or somebody else's tune, or make your own tune, because I highly recommend that you tune this car, because all the AI are going to be in it and they're going to be OP. So let's go across then to it, said Ferrari. So where is it? Here it is, with the lovely fiery paint job on it from somebody in D&D who I can't remember. So it is actually really fast. When you all-wheel drive swap it, it doesn't lose any speed. Yeah, it gains the acceleration and it doesn't lose any speed. So really, really good. So you've got the rear aero, rear thick tyres, multiple things done to it to make it grippy and fast. So hopefully this should be a decent tune for you. Otherwise you'll have to let me know. And then finally then for the championship, you have got dirt racing, Super Saloon Slalom, which is a bit of a mouthful. I need an A-Class Modern Muscle, which is kind of confusing. Why is it called Super Saloon Slalom when you need a modern muscle? Who knows? And here goes the copyright music again. Right, okie dokie, sorry about that. I forgot to turn the volume down on my phone again. I do that quite often. Right, so let's go to Modern Muscle then. Modern Muscle. Where is Modern Muscle? Of course, it's all the way down the list. Of course. Right, what have we got then? Most of mine are in S1. I'm not going to lie about that one. So you've got the Dodge Charger from 2015. Very powerful actually, and I quite like this car. Considering it's all-wheel drive, it's really fast. Also reasonably cheap as well, 80 grand. What else have we got? They've got the Ford Mustang RTR S5. Which I do believe is in the Backstage actually, so if you haven't got it and you don't want to spend money in the auction because it's not in the auto show, then I do believe it's in the Backstage along with the Formula Drift RTR Mustangs, but please do correct me if I am wrong, but this tune is a very good tune in my opinion. What else have we got then? That one's basically just all-wheel drive swapped for cops and robbers. What else? Oh yes, the HSV Gen F GTS. Which I use for nearly every kind of Australian car thing, maybe-ish. So yeah, that's a really good car as well, but I would probably suggest the RTR Mustang or the Charger over that. Right, well that is it guys. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I'd massively appreciate it if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications on so you don't miss any more uploads or streams that I do very soon. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. As always, read the description for more info, check the timestamps, and I hope to see you in the next video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I do apologise for it being a bit longer, but you know, I'm just getting back into the gist. Hopefully from now on I'll be back to normal. I shouldn't have many weeks off now. It's just because it's holidays, so I've been doing stuff in real life. Anyway, so that is it guys.